What's up, guys? So right now we're about to do a mukbang. We have the seafood, we have everything you need, and we're also going to do 22 things I did in 2022. It might exceed a little bit, but there's a reason for everything. So we're gonna hop right into it, and I'm just gonna say my camera may stop or I may, not be able to finish, so that's why I'm putting this with the weekly vlog. I wanted to do it separate, but I'm just learning. When you do content, never get frustrated, never get over it, and don't do it if you wouldn't want to do it again. So period. That's that. Yeah, so we're gonna hop right into it. So first and foremost, I want to go ahead and read the note that I wrote to myself when I was 23 years old, and the note I also wrote to myself when I was 24 years old. And this is for the renewal cycle of me. A part of my renewal cycle is on my birthday and on the New Year's, so that's why. So at 23, I wrote to myself, those dreams are accomplishments. Keep the faith in the moments of weakness and hard work. The more you believe in it, the more you will receive it. The top awaits you. You have great faith. I am proud of you. That's what I wrote to myself at 23 to me at 24. So now I'm going to read to you what I wrote to myself at 24 for me at 23, but also reflecting and gaining that knowledge. I wrote to myself. You found you in the heat. Learn not to be so angry. Let it out and let it go. Tell your story. Trust and become more patient. Beauty should be seen first in all things, not beating yourself up or speaking down on others. This is the best part of bringing the best of me. All right. So the first thing I did in 2022, I opened up 22 in Puerto Rico. Now, Puerto Rico was a time for me, and I actually didn't share that time with you all still, and I feel like I should. What the hell? But I'm definitely going to share that time with you all because it was a phenomenal time. I had never been to Puerto Rico before. It was actually a Christmas gift from my girlfriend. I had the most amazing view that someone could ever have in an Airbnb, or just seeing a area, like, period. Like, Puerto Rico was amazing to me. Every single part of Puerto Rico was amazing, and I'm really going to take time and invest more into that experience, because I do want to tell you all the experience that I had there, even though it was in 2022. We gonna hop back a little bit, but yeah, that was an amazing experience to me. Now, the second thing I did in 2022 was I went to my first lingerie event. Y'all, I am not that kind of girl that be putting my body on plaster. Your girl is still growing, still learning, still becoming of age. So, becoming the woman that I want to be. And for the first time, I stepped into a situation where my mind was working at first, and I was like, no, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. And I'm going to be really, really scared. But at the same time, I was a little excited to get sexy. I was excited to really start to feel myself and enjoy my sensuality. And I love that event. It happened from one of my old friends. Her name was Paris, and it was an amazing event. I was also a speaker at that event, and she utilized my voice to do her promotional presentations and things of that nature, and it was really, really nice. If I can find the insert, I'm gonna put it in right here. Okay, it's my other arm. Let me see.
See, Grandma, we just have to, let me see what we put you in. He's putting up under my boobs. I'm like, wait a minute. That booby sweat. Man, I hate it. Girl, be a whole rainstorm. Not a rainstorm. Yeah, girls. I know I got little ones, but I sweat. I'm one of those people who, like, if I'm gonna be hot, then the sweat is happening. The sweat is gonna happen, and it's not gonna stay. Yes. Don't get the strawberry. It's gonna be an olive.
Inside, it was more so being okay with my appearance and the way I look, the way I carried myself and flaunted myself, the pedestal I held myself on. So it was really, and then it became embracing myself. How do I appear to people when they confront me or when they talk to me, when they choose to meet me? How am I coming off? How am I being perceived? Also, I want to stop and tell you all, so Crafty Crab, it's like one of those places like boiling crawfish, and the sauce is very much different from boiling crawfish. I would say instead of like an oil-based sauce, they use a butter-based or something of that nature. Something is very, very different, but I love it. It's really, really good. So that's what's on the menu right now. If you're ever in Florida, stop by your local Crafty Crab. I don't know if yours is just like mine, so that's why I would say that. The next thing I did in 2022 was I had my first collaboration, like for poetry, for my poetry events, and even like in the content creation world. That was my first collaboration overall, so I really enjoyed that. It was really an experience for me. Yeah, I would definitely do it again. Don't have any regrets. I feel like everything was done perfectly and can be done better the next time with better people, you understand? So yeah. That's really, really good. Spicy, but really, really good. Okay, hey Marley, can we stop doing that? My dog keeps crying. It's just because he wants my food. He don't want his food, he want my food. Okay, and y'all hear him arguing with me, looking. But yeah, so the next day that I did in 2022 was I performed my poetry, like for a group of people, for solo people, like single persons in a crowd. I performed for a mass of people, and I also performed at the event, so it was really, really nice. It was really, really nice. And I also had several poetry events on my own, with my own branding. And you know, I really took my time and I started to get my poetry out there. So that was big for me, because for a long time I felt like, I don't have a niche, but really I do. I have dance, I have poetry, I have rug making, I have all of these things, but it was utilizing them that was my problem. It was stop talking about it, stop planning it, and just do it. That became my problem. So when I started to do it, it just started doing itself, and I was like, yo, I'm really shocked at my own self. And I think when my people heard it, or when my friends heard it, or when people who didn't even know me heard it, it was like, dang, you could really do that. And I was like just as shocked as them, but at the same time, it's pushing me, it's letting me know, like, girl, you have this gift, this talent, you have to use it, but utilize it correctly, and also make the correct moves behind it, because with a gift comes so much discipline, it comes so much hardship that has to be given towards it. So that was like a big thing for me. And like I told you all, another thing I did in 2022 was dedicating my time to my content. I think it's so easy for us to just like stroll online. It's so easy for us to just like stroll online and just like see other people living life, and it's easy for us to say, oh, I want to do this, or I want to do that, or yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but we never really do it. We watch other people live their lives, and I mean, I'm living, but it's easier to watch other people live their lives through the screen. And if you've never felt like that, kudos to you, but I felt like that before. And not to say that I wanted to do exactly what they were doing, or I was, you know, envious of what they're doing. No, I absolutely love what they're doing. And I was like, wow, I have to get my confidence up to this level to be able to put myself out there, because I know I'm great, but it's getting to that gist. And you know, a lot of the times what separates I guess you could say the celebrities or the A-list and the B-list people from, you know, regular people in the world is simply being bold, being fearless, just getting out there and doing it and not giving a fuck what nobody think, being able to handle what comes behind it. Like, a lot of the times, most people in a day-to-day life, they're gonna sacrifice, you know, they're gonna soul sacrifice, as in, you know, give up the things that they want, give up the things that their soul desires. They're gonna be so, I guess you can say, they're gonna be so, how do I put this? I want to say they're going to be so in the matrix, but I can't like word it like that. But they're going to be so evolved with day-to-day society, and they're going to be so intact with what society thinks, that they're not going to be bold enough to put themselves out there, to make themselves their own individual person. And I was looking online now, and I was looking at a post that Michelle Obama said, and she was like, I think today's era is more about your individuality. And I think a lot of times back in the day, that's what made like famous people stand out, having their own individuality. But now there's so many people that have their own individuality, and you can't take that from them. And they're not consuming for jobs, they're not consuming for platforms, they're not consuming for what people like. They're just able to be so bold, so eager to do what they want to do, to live how they want to live. And it's okay. It's okay in this society. So I feel like for me to see myself really stand out and become that person I wanted to be, fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. But I do feel like I could go harder if I'm not in my head so much, and I get out of my head. I can be the person I want to be. Being inside of my head has showed me like a lot of different stages of myself, even stages of myself I wasn't proud of, if I'm honest. I became the angry Nazi just being in my head. I became the overly motivated person just being in my head. I became the egotistical person just being in my head. But I learned that it's okay to get out of that. You don't want that to consume you, because the more that consumes you, it could like drain you, you know, of your own well-being. So yeah. Another thing I did in 2022 was I started to see and understand people more. I also started to listen to myself more. Oftentimes, and growing up, I was so used to listening to adult, or you know, my parental figure, that I didn't have time to listen to myself, or I wouldn't listen to myself. I always needed somebody to talk to me or to render me. So I became that person where sometimes I don't have the motivation to do something or to step out on faith until like somebody confirms it, or somebody give it like the, oh yeah, that would be super fine, then I want to do it. But it's like, why you didn't do it before? Because I didn't have that. I lacked self-motivation. I lacked self-confidence. I didn't trust myself. I didn't, you know, have that connection with myself. So in 2022, I get that connection. I started listening to myself. I started seeing where listening to myself would get me versus listening to other people. When I started to see other people for themselves, I started to see my family, my friends, everybody showing me true colors. When I, you know, really started to become me. That was a road for me. It was a path. Give me 1 second. The video is getting, yeah, so that was a road for me. It was really a path. Some things hurt me. Some things make me better as a person, honestly. In 2022, I also gained a lot of reflection. I also had karma. I had accountability. I had to give recognition to the things that I lost and I gained, and why I moved the way I did, and why I did the things I did. You know, 2022, I was 23 and I turned 24. That time for me was so pivotal, getting out of the situation I had just went through, getting into another situation, and really learning, really figuring out what the fuck are you doing. That was all like shrimp skin I just ate, but it's because I really wanted the juice. So I just dipped my old shrimp skin to like really get the juice out. But yeah, it was a time for me to figure out myself and like every freaking thing I had going on. Yeah, Marty. Okay. Also in 2022, I'm just gonna say in 22, okay, because that was like a lot to say. But also in 22, I worked with my first band, and this was my first year going to the studio, like for long 3-hour sessions and things of that nature. So when I worked with the band, one, like I told you, I found them by myself, and everything was cool. The experience with them was amazing. I'm sorry, y'all, it's the seasoning. The experience with them was really amazing. I wouldn't trade that for the world, but we didn't end up going through with it. I will see like what can be used and what can't, but yeah, I wish I could have really worked it out with them, but it just teaches me like your sound sounds good that way, so you know it's not nothing you can't do and you can get there later, so just keep going for it. The next thing I did in 2023, I danced. Yeah. In 2022, when I tell you I danced my heart out, my soul out. And of course the best of it wasn't captured, but I was very insecure in that place, but I learned to grow and to get somewhere. And I also tried to invest in dance with my poetry. So 2022 I was like scammed, but I was I danced with my poetry as well. And though some things didn't come to pass, I'll possibly have a lot of dance content coming soon. I'm gonna see if this young lady is willing to render her services for what she scammed me out of. If not, fine by me. But you know, yeah, I dance my heart out, and I love dance. Dance has been a part of my life for a very long time, and I plan to dig deeper. I plan to find my style and really like be able to effortlessly fuck it up. But it also comes with wanting to be in shape as well, and that's why you see me stretching a lot more and things of that nature. I plan to be very consistent with that. So yeah, the next thing I did in 2023, I explored, and not only did I explore like get outside, I also added my own art and my content to being outside. When I went places, I would add my poetry on it for Instagram. I would make little TikToks of it. Like, you know, like I said, watching other people and really starting to see and live my life through a social media platform as well as real life. Because I think the thing about me, I don't fuck off in real life. In real life, I gotta fucking live. So, on social media, a lot of times, well, it's come to the back burner, you know? It won't be the top thing on my priority, but because I want to be a content creator now, I learned the importance of content creating. I learned the angles, I learned things of that nature. So in 2023, I also I started gifting people big gifts. Oh my god, y'all, I was never a person that even cared about receiving gifts or getting gifts. Right, you give me a gift, cool, I'm flattered, but wow, okay, I'm over it soon. But I started being that way. I started being really appreciative. But also, I think me too, I was also a person that last minute get gifts. I didn't invest nothing into getting gifts. It was like, okay, you know, it's like a little handy dandy notebook, but that's it. But no, seriously, I started understanding the importance of giving gifts, and I started understanding the importance of showing people value, not being able to spend change. You know, it's gonna come back. You're a hell of a hard worker. You can sacrifice, you know, the little things for, you know, 1 or 2 times to get people lovely items. So I started also splurging on myself. I started self-caring a hell of a lot, but I started showing myself like, wow, you are deserving of so much more. You could be so much more, and now I want so much more, but in a good way. Because before, you know, I didn't want much. I felt like it was cool under the sun. But to even have that determination to want something else, it's showing me like, girl, you growing, you know, you're going to new heights, to better standards. So that's what's making me feel good. If I keep looking over, it's because I'm reading out of my journal. But I also started oh, my money started growing, y'all. I reached a new level of income. Yeah, I reached a new level of income. I started to get more income. I was gifted an Audi for my birthday. So as we all know, I had an Audi before. Team Audi to the day I die. Everybody know that. I don't gotta tell that to nobody. Everybody that know me knows. Your girl is an Audi fanatic before I even had a car. But yeah. So my girlfriend gifted me an Audi. My Audi Q7 truck, I had brought it. The one that I don't have anymore. I had brought that one. And the Audi A4 she brought, currently right now you don't see it because it's getting real work done to it. So no, might not, you'll see it soon. Next, oh, I started receiving wigs. That's big for me. That's really big for me. I've been wanting to start receiving wigs since high school. I know. I never knew how to do it. I was always to myself, so I just never knew. Like, that's big. That's really, really big. That's just big. We gotta like give yourself, like, I have to give myself a round of applause for that, because y'all, it's been a long time coming. And you know, to me, I feel like a wig company is a company, period. They're on Amazon, you know. That's like working with the company. What? That's like amazing to me. So working with all the different wig companies was just life changing for me. I felt like it was hella good. So it is hella good. I'm sorry, I don't know, it's not, it is hella good. So yeah. Also in 2022 I got back into doing my own hair and makeup. So I had started doing the whole, oh, I can't do hair, or well, yeah, I couldn't do hair as good as people and makeup as good as people now, because I stopped when I was like 22. I stopped when I was 21 and 22. I started barefacing everything, or just getting it done by somebody else. But I told myself, I was like, to save more funds, to become more self-sufficient, you want to like start doing these things on your own. It's simple things. So I started running at first. Still not my very best work, but I'm working at it, you know. I know all things take time. And if you don't know, all things take time, and it's going to be a process. What's going to be cute to you today is not going to be cute to you 2 years ago. It's not going to be cute to you. What's going to be cute to you today may not be cute to you 2 years from now. But it's bomb as fuck to you from 2 years ago. So I look at that. I look at a lot of things like that with me, and the way like I process like my come up. You get what I'm saying? Because 2 years ago, I'm bomb as fuck. But from 2 years from now, I might be a little off. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Another thing that I did in 2022 was Okay, I started really utilizing all of my cameras, all of my accessories. I'm really learning how to work the cameras, how to get the angles, how to take the pictures, you know, how to do all of that. I started doing that on my own. I also started shooting my own videos. Like I also started shooting my own videos and taking my own pictures, you know, so creating the whole content. So, you know, creating the whole content effect on my own, doing everything I did on my own. I learned how to really edit. Editing was a big part for me, and I felt like for a long time that's what held me back. But guys, when they say university, when they say YouTube University is a thing, it's really a thing. Sit down, take your time, learn it, and you can learn it. Anything that you want to do, it's accomplishable. Just figure out how to do it. Find the steps, find the utensils, and do it. If it's hard finding the steps and the utensils, it just means you either need to be the one to make it easier to find it, or if you dedicate it enough, you'll find it, you know? It just take our time. So the thirst is real, but I do not want to touch this stuff no more with these hands. So and then next is okay, I started getting my image together in 22. Like in 22, my image is now becoming something, you know. 21, I knew, but I didn't know how to start. All my life I wanted an image. All my life I felt like my image wasn't put together how I wanted it to be. This year, my image is like becoming something, but it's because I'm investing in my image and taking the steps to cater to myself. I'm not settling for what other people want me to be. A lot of different factors I can speak about when it comes to my image. But yeah, mentally I'm becoming free. So mentally mentally I'm becoming free, so I'm able to do the things that I want to do. Okay, I stopped learning to give up. I stopped crying to quit. I released my second poem, and last but not least, I opened my own LLC. That's really successful. So I'm just waiting for the startup and things, and I know everything is going to go great with it. I'm not ready to speak on the LLC yet, but yeah, I opened my own LLC, and I don't think that this is the last one. I think this is going to open up more avenues for me to become the businesswoman that I want to be. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then I wrote this right after. This is just like a little footnote that I wanted to really tell you guys in the midst of me planning the content for today, which is what you see now. But I wanted to see the most craziest thing ever was I was so humble, scared, and escaping depression, anxiety, fighting with day-to-day life, not knowing if I'm making the right moves or the wrong moves, frustrated at myself for not pushing harder, really into what other people had to say about me, not even pushing out a lot of content some days, not even being active at all most days. But I've always felt like this. I've never stopped and looked on the outside. I've always just looked at my mindset, but I always just went by my mindset and how I felt that day. But this vlog this mindset, this time, place, this period. I just want to say that I'm thankful, because now I'm able to see. I'm able to look on the outside and say, wow, I've done so much. I've seen so much. And it was only 365 days. I can't wait to see what's next in store, because 2023 was lit as fuck. 2023 gave me the best experience of my life. I explored so much of the world. I got everything on my vision board, and it's all life and love, baby. You hear what I'm saying? And 2024 gonna be even better. That's how you manifest. You heard me? But yeah, all in all, I hope you guys enjoyed my 22 things that I've done in 2022. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow your girl on Instagram. I do want to grow more. And on TikTok as well. I get very active on here sometimes. I also have a poetry page. It's Overseas the Poet on Facebook.com. Just search Overseas the Poet. You should find me. And yeah, that's gonna sum up this video for the weekly vlog in a whole. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you later, babes.